I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive. Please go. Luckily, we're all alive. We're all there. We're all, participants in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the midst of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abacha took over government. Before then, he was in the Senate, was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing Lagos marching women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply history. I mean no harm. Don't mean to embarrass him. But then you see, he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. Now, when Babangida saw the fact that he was having a problem with the party, he went to the National Assembly to address them. One infamous speech was, they are trying to incite you. It is you they are against. Tinubu was there, and IU became very, very firm and straight on the issue of June 12. He called a meeting, then being the only senior elected person in government at that time, as Senate President. He convened a meeting in Edo, in Benin. We were going there with the governor, where we went there and reaffirmed our commitment to June 12. All right? Babangida was so angry with IU. When he came by, he removed him and put in a better arrow. He put him there so that, so that they can be aligned to Babangida, political kind of machinations. So when Tinubu today, after being a Nigerian president, decided to rewrite history, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida support of June 12. He was part of it. Now, it was only when Abacha took over government that Tinubu then became our so-called activist of June 12. Not only him, all those who are talking about June 12 in Nadeko, I mean no harm, I mean no disrespect. I'm simply saying what happened during that time. All of them, those people in Nadeko, where were they on June 11? They had no part in June 12. They are not part of June 12 campaign. They are not part of the June 12 activities. What they are never, because most of them are saying they should down look. All of them. Because they know ability they won't work out. So when Abiola won the election, and then after the annulment, they are all very, very passive. But suddenly, after Abacha came on board, removing Sonekam, they became activists. They formed Nadeko. Nadeko was opposed to Abacha, was opposed to election formation. Nadeko was something which was formed, to fight Abacha, not to fight democracy, not to fight for June 12. So whatever Tinubu is doing today is simply reconstructing history the way he thinks it's going to fit his own political interests. But then obviously he was a major supporter of Babangida. Ask Babangida, ask him. So when you talk about, honoring June 12, who are those characters? Ebote, somebody who replaced Ayu for June 12? Who are the others? All of them. So he ran away. We stayed behind. We fought Abacha. I was detained, because of my fight with Abacha. I was detained. Really was detained. So all of us, Adamu Churuma, Bola Ege, Yoche, Ayu, Kwame, and many others, Bagaji, all of them were there. We fought Abacha. We fought him because we were willing to risk our lives. Tinubu ran away. He was not in the country. He only came back after the whole thing was, after the call was very, very clear. So what I'm saying is, all those advocates of June 12, they are more concerned with the bath water rather than the baby. They are more concerned because most of them were at the end of the meal. When the product was being processed, they simply picked up the product. The process which produced the product, they are not there. They're not part of it. They only pick the product. And for them, it's not about the victor, but it's about the victory more than anything else. So we make this kind of distinction. The difference between the victory and the victor. The Nadeko were more concerned with the victory than the victor. As far as they are concerned, in the bathwater they are trying to use, they are trying to hang on to their own kind of riding on top to reinvent, history in Nigeria. Otherwise, I feel embarrassed for the president, for the way he's talking, honestly. Ask anybody. Go ask anybody. We're all there. Ask Ayu, ask Jerigana. They are all there. Ask Langiwa. So, what is happening today in Nigeria is simply something very, very laughable. people, who had no political pedigree, who had no political history, who are not known as freedom fighters, are now at the forefront fighting for Nigerian democracy. It's so laughable.
Are you a part of this coalition?
Okay. I'll try to decipher what you are asking me because the line is breaking. However, I am part of any arrangement, no matter whatever nomenclature or name, to remove the current government of incompetency, of insecurity, of dividing the Nigerian family between North and South out of power. I'll go into any arrangement for that purpose.
That's fantastic, but that doesn't particularly answer my question. Are you part of this particular arrangement? Ada?
What I'm saying is this. You see, don't panic. You see, I'm not going to person who keep on panicking over issues. I don't panic. I walk with my eyes wide open. What I'm saying is that today in Nigeria, we've got a government which is dividing Nigerians along North and South, dividing Nigeria along ethnicity line, and also using institutions of the state in manipulating and controlling and coercing, the opposition. For instance, I just saw a program now of the governor of Akwa Ibom, and when I saw him speak, I just pitied him because this is somebody who 2 years ago was unknown in Nigeria, unknown by anybody, who was then honored and dignified by PDP and made a governor. See him talking now, renouncing his own history, his own tradition, his own legacy. It's just a pity. So to me, coming from the old generation, I'm not really frightened by the way the current generation is moving around. So to me, any arrangement, I will be part of any arrangement of any chemistry, any configuration, whatever you may call it, if it is going to move this government out of power, because the government for the first time in Nigeria is now a government not for Nigeria, but then for a political party. The entire government today in Nigeria is not for Nigeria, it's for a political party. How do you imagine the president holding political party function of the APC in the villa, a very, very sacred place, which is the seat of Nigerian power for all Nigerians, holding party function in the villa. So you could see how low we have sunk. You could see how really the country is literally gone under Tinubu. So again, I will be part of any arrangement, anything which is going to make sure that this party is fresh out of power. I'll follow that.
Now, some people are saying their argument is that the formation of ADA, All Democratic Alliance, that the party, the time it's coming is too short to sensitize, mobilize, and give APC a run for its money. Do you think so?
You see, first, why are we coming into alliance? It's very important, because there was alliance in 2014, which produced Buhari. Was Nigeria better off in that alliance? The same alliance produced Tinubu. Are we better off? So to me, alliance should be based on some issues, about the country, its security, its unity, and its prosperity. When we talk about the issues, then you can talk about, election. To me, whatever we do should be done through Nigeria, not through a candidate. Nigeria should be run through Nigeria. Any candidate who wants to run should run through Nigeria. We should not have a candidate who put Nigeria behind and lead Nigeria. No. So to me, the coalition I'm talking about is not similar to that we had in 2014. A coalition of anger, a coalition of revenge, a coalition of hatred, a coalition of nothing but ambition. That's what we had in 2014, and that's why the country never gained out of it, because the entire country was left behind. And the ephemeral took over, the interest, the emotion, the vengeance, the revenge, the hatred, and they took over. So what I'm saying, we are going to coalition now, but then the coalition should be based on some issues which the APC have brought on board. Issues which you are used in 2014, but then which were failed. Therefore, the issues first of national unity is very, very important, because today Tinubu is using his own office to divide the North and the South. Talking about this Tranquero, this southern road, and then using the carrot in the presidency, to support them in patronage, using coercion, blackmail, like it to Okowa, threat, and everything. So you see, we're having a country being run by an emperor who has no level to how far he can go down. He can sink to any level, so long as he attains what he wants. So to Tinubu, it's not about Yoruba. It's not about Yoruba. To Tinubu, it's about him and him alone, his own interest. And whoever is going to play his own role, who's going to do his own bidding, he'll bring him. I've been saying so. It's not about Yoruba. All the Yorubas in APs today, in government, are his own boys who are going to do his own bidding, no more, no less. And therefore, if a Yoruba man, from the south, we know his own bidding, he's willing to go and bring somebody from the southeast, or even from the north, so long as we are going to do Tinubu. So Tinubu is behaving like the emperor he is. And unfortunately, he used the psychology and mentality of Lagos, of governing Lagos to govern Nigeria. He came from a very tiny state called Lagos, which is a very small thing, applying the same philosophy, the same philosophy, in running Nigeria, which means privatizing the country, make it personal, an industry for him and him alone. That's the problem we're facing. And that's why issue of national unity, economy, security are all abundant.